All right, Nashville, we are back. Man, it's time to head into the trade deadline for year number 2 with your Nashville Predators. And the big question is, can we make the playoffs in year number 2? Our freaking division is horrible, but we are currently in a divisional playoff spot. 65 points. The Blues are ahead of us with 67, but we have 3 games in hand over them. And the Stars at the top of the division, 3 points ahead of us, but we have 2 games in hand there. So I know what you guys are all thinking. I was reading the YouTube comments. I got my Twitch fans right here as well. And you look at our record, you think, you're not good enough. Blow it all up. Get rid of it. Now, I agree with you. I do. This team doesn't look like a Stanley Cup contender, but as a general manager, I have to make sure that I do my best to give these guys the best chance possible. Last year, I let them do it. I acquired Boone Jenner and Phil Kessel at the trade deadline, and I said, here you go, boys, go to work, and they screwed the pooch in game, 5, 7-minute power play. You know the story. I feel like I have to do the same thing again this year. We know the blow-up is coming. It doesn't matter if we win the Stanley Cup. The blow-up is coming, and it's coming at this year's draft and this year's offseason. But the trade deadline, I would like to try my best to help these guys make it into the playoffs. Now, Matt Duchene got injured in the last video, and he's not going to come back till May. So that's second-round hockey in the playoffs, if we get there. And I'm looking at this team, and man, the fourth line is looking weak. I would like to get a player for the fourth line. I'd like to get an upgrade for Ian Mitchell. And also, I think this is an important stat that I overlooked this year, but Michael DiPietro as the backup goalie has done absolutely nothing for us. Now, you remember, I showed you guys the standings. We're right there in the battle for the top of our division. We actually have games in hand. And what has DiPietro done for us? In 10 games, he's 2-7-0 with an .888 save percentage. I mean, if he was just freaking 4-5-0, just a couple more wins, we'd actually be at the top of our division. So I would like to actually upgrade our goaltender, our backup goalie, and upgrade our defenseman, our 6th defenseman, and find a 4th line forward. It's not a superstar trade. It's not a massive acquisition, but it's like, here you go, guys. All right, I'm giving you something. Go get the cup or be blown up. It's in your hands. So that's what I'm going to do. For year number 2, Nashville, we are still going to try to make the playoffs. And I've already done some pre-scouting. I think I got 2 trades that I could make to really improve. And I got the Twitch fans right here as well. They have been helping me out, giving me the red light, green light for potential trades. I'm going to be looking to them as well, right? So we already took a look at some. The Colorado Avalanche, a horrible team this year for some reason, and they are willing to give up Devin Taves, who is going to free agency. He's an 89 overall player at 30 years of age. Once he hits the market, he's probably going to ask for like a 5, 6, 7-year deal at $7 or $8 million plus. But that would be a nice upgrade. So let's just put this on the table, and I'll show you guys why it doesn't really work, all right? So I'll put Ian Mitchell in there, somebody that they actually want, but there's no trade values. But I would be willing to upgrade Carrier, a defenseman that they do want. A younger D-man, 3 years left at $2.5 million. I'd be willing to upgrade. We can keep the other defensemen, but this is a massive upgrade from 82 to 89 overall. Now, I would need them to get to retain half the salary. It's not that bad. It's only a rental for 1 more year. It's not like they're going multiple years with this. It's not going to hurt their team going forward. But look at that trade value. I mean, that's way up there. If I make that trade, that's going to be rejected up. You know what? I'm going to block that joke. I was about to say something that I shouldn't say, but that is going to be blocked. Now, they're not even interested in firsts or seconds, but if I were to throw them in there, right, I'd have to throw in a second at least, probably 2 seconds. I want to hold on to my first and maybe get a third in there as well. I mean, would you guys be willing to do that? Twitch, green light, red light. That's a lot. That is a lot. And that's not even a guarantee of the playoffs. I'm giving up 2 seconds and a third, and Carrier, who's got a nice little contract for a guy that would definitely be an upgrade, but is that going to get us into the playoffs? I just don't think so. And when I show you guys the Twitch chat, we're getting some red lights in there. I already tried to convince these guys, should we be doing it? Or not try to convince them. I was asking them, should we try to do it? And I got a big no. It's just too much. And I'm not willing to give up my firsts, either Calgary or mine, because those could be X-Factor players. You can always get an X-Factor in the first round. So let's take away Devin Taves. Now, there was another player on the Chicago Blackhawks. Instead of a rental, right? Because we're going forward into the future. Let me just show you quickly. We're going forward into the future with two players. Philip Forsberg, we're not trading him. He's got 6 years left after this year, 29 years of age. And UC Saros, who's 28 years of age. We're going to give him an extension that matches Philip Forsberg's contract. And these two are basically going to be our leaders for our younger players. Maybe they get traded 3-4 years from now when they're in their mid-30s, but we need to hold on to somebody. So I was thinking about getting a defenseman who kind of is in the same category. And the Chicago Blackhawks are willing to give up Seth Jones. Now, the trade value is kind of the same as, maybe a little bit less, but it's up there. Kind of the same as Devin Taves, but years left, 7. That would take him up to, what, 30, 35? He might be turning 30 soon. If he just turned 29, it'll take him up till 36. $9.5 million, though. It'd be nice to have a defenseman with some X factors to help out the penalty kill, and he could be the leader on the blue line. But the fans, again, red light, green light. They just said that $9.5 million for a guy like Seth Jones. You did draft Seth Jones, but he's not like a Nashville Predator for life kind of thing. Do we need to hold on to him? And look, the Twitch fans say big red light. So these blockbuster trades, I did entertain them. I tried to see if it would work, but it wasn't there for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just improve our depth. Backup goalie, 6 defensemen, and a 4th line forward, all right? So first off, we'll start with the backup goalie. Went through all the teams, won't bore you guys. And I get to the Seattle Kraken, who are 29, 25, and 6, and their status is a seller. All right, I take a look at, sorry, this is not the goaltender. This is the defenseman. My fault. This is defenseman. So we look at all their defensemen. They have Adam Larson for another 2 years. They have Vince Dunn. They have Dumoulin, who they probably want to get out from underneath that contract. Oleksiak, Holden, Lyubushkin. All right, Ilya Lyubushkin, a right-handed defenseman to play the right side. I like his defensive awareness, shot blocking, and stick checking. 87, 87, 87. Just somebody to help out and shut it down. And if the scouting report is correct, he can play on all defensive pairings. So this is essentially what I would be doing here for Lyubushkin, all right? Throw him into the trade. I would flip our worst defenseman. There you go, Mitchell. So they're not getting anything there. That's just the roster trade. I want Lyubushkin. He's only a rental, so they can retain half that. And for a team like the Seattle Kraken, they obviously want prospects and draft picks, right? They're going into the future. And by going after Lyubushkin, I'm not taking away their chance of making the playoffs this year. He's like their 5th or 6th best defenseman. I'm not taking anyone too important to them. But I don't want to give up Dante Fabro. I don't want to give up LaRue, Evangelista, Yarventi, Burke, Visakis. I don't want to do any of that. So let's just give them a draft pick. How about a 3rd? How about a 3rd for a depth defenseman at retained half salary? Oh, I forgot to mention this point to the YouTube fans. I am willing to trade away my 2nd, my 3rd, and my 4th round pick this year. The reason being, we're blowing up the team no matter what at this year's draft deadline and this year's free agency. I will be able to get back the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. In fact, I'll be trying to get 1st round picks. Late 1st round picks, yes, but higher up picks than the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And if I can bring in 3 or 4 X Factor players, that will be so much more worth it. A fourth, well, the 4th would work, Twitch. See, the Twitch fans right now are spamming 4th rounder. The 4th would work, but I'm asking them to retain half the salary right there. All right, so I will try to listen to the Twitch fans. Mitchell for a 4th for Lyubushkin. Will it go through? Oh, it did. It did. The Twitch scouts came through in the clutch and saved me a 3rd round pick. On behalf of the Seattle Kraken organization, I accept your trade offer. We will see you out on the ice. All right, so it's good to have the Twitch fans sometimes. Bang, they're very happy for me. They're giving me the W sign. Thank you very much, Twitch. All right, so we go to roster moves. Now, you may think, why'd you get a right-handed defenseman? Don't you need like a lefty on the 3rd line? Well, I actually want to change the lineups a little bit. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So if we edit the NHL lines, right? For some reason, our 2nd line pairing is just playing like absolute ass. Roman Yossi's +4. Fabro's a -14, but I think that's after I moved him down to the 2nd line to shake it up a little bit. 1st line was doing just fine. McDonough is only a -6, but for some reason, Matthias Ekholm, no assist in this, -10. I feel like he's just dropping off, and he's a lefty. So let's put Ekholm and spread it around a little bit. Let's move Carrier, who's having a good season with a +10, 5 goals, 13 assists. Move him up there, and then what does that open up for the 3rd line right-handed defenseman? Lyubushkin. Now it's a -3. Let me just switch to the AHL. Come back to the NHL, EA Sports Glitch, and there you go. And what's Lyubushkin? He fits on every single line. All right, so that's the upgrade for the defensive core. I got rid of the 78. I'm moving Ekholm down to spread out the lines a little bit. We're moving up Carrier, and then there goes Lyubushkin. All right, so it's not too much of a superstar trade. We didn't get the Seth Jones $9.5 million, but bang, there it is. Now, next up, I want to get someone for the bottom six, either a fourth liner or a third liner, and then we can move one of these third liners down to the fourth line, and also the backup goaltender situation. If I could just get a few more wins, that could be the difference of making the playoffs and missing the playoffs. And Matt Duchene, if we can get by the first round, Duchene coming back, it's a long shot. Don't get me wrong, but I'm the general manager, and it's my job to give these guys the best chance they can of winning. So we're going to go to a team, the San Jose Sharks, and this is an interesting team here. Very interesting team. If I take a look at the goaltender situation, well, first off, their record, 31-29-4. They're right there as well. Everyone in the West, they could be a wild card team, so I don't want to take anything too big from them. They're willing to trade away their top goaltenders here. Hang on a second. Talbot and Kakkonen. All right. They have Gustafsson as their backup goalie. There he is. Hang on a second. San Jose Sharks. Did something happen here? I'm missing a play. Hang on. Power of video editing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm confused. All right, it was my mistake. I thought James Reimer was on the San Jose Sharks for some reason. Not that I wanted to trade for him. I just thought, whoa, did I load up the wrong save file or something like that? I was just a little confused there. James Reimer is on the LA Kings, but the San Jose Sharks is the team that I wanted, right? So I'm not going to take away their best goalie, Kakkonen, 85, but a veteran goalie in Cam Talbot, 83 overall with a .912 save percentage this year. He's playing for the Sharks, 11-7-1. That's the kind of backup year that I need, right? What was it, 2-7 for DiPietro, our backup? 11-7, that would be much better, and a .912 save percentage. And I also like his individual stats. He's got good poise, 4.5, 4.5, and 4, much better. So let me get Talbot in there, all right? And I want to get him to retain half the salary as well. If we're gonna make these fit, we got to really go out there. So I will give you DiPietro for Talbot. DiPietro, he's probably a nothing player, but he does still have his medium starter, 80 overall. You can make the argument that they would want this instead of the veteran goaltender, but that's not the big piece of this, right? But there's another player on this team I can get for the third line that would help me out with our depth, and that is Kevin Labanc. 85 overall. He's making a pretty penny, but that trade value is way too good to pass up. He can also play the right wing or the left wing, two-way forward, 88 offensive awareness, poise is 86, and defensive awareness is 88. I'm liking that, and we need some depth. Now, if we make this trade and then Duchene comes back, ooh, our team's even looking better. Now, this is a lot of money, though. This is a lot of money. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this work, or if I'm just going to have to run with 6 defensemen, and if injuries happen, I'm going to have to lose some players in waivers from the AHL squad, but whatever, right? I have to make it work somehow. So if we're going to get Labanc, then I need to trade one of our roster forwards back the other way. And there is a player that they are interested in. Go down here to Joey Anderson. Now, he's playing on our team. He's 25 years of age, fourth line forward, 79 overall, two-way forward, just a depth player. How many games has he played? Only 12 games played for us. He's a +2. Not bad, but they do want him. All right, so neither DiPietro or Anderson are the big pieces of this trade. Now, Nashville would be over the league maximum salary cap. So what I think I need to do here is we need to trade our 7th defenseman that we have on our team, just in case injuries happen, which is Kalynuk. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Now, I still have Fleury and Ference and Gross down here that I can bring up in case more injuries happen, but I might lose them to waivers. But this guy Kalynuk, he's got to go. All right, now San Jose would have more than 45 skaters on their team, so we go back here. I try to find skaters matching the block, the lowest player that I can find. Let's see. Ooh, God, look at this guy. Who is this? Sund? Tony Sund. When was he drafted? Undrafted, I guess so. 28 years of age, 60 overall. And the trade goes through. It works. So by getting this trade to work, I'm upgrading my backup goalie. I'm upgrading my fourth line, getting Talbot and Labanc. But what do I have to give up for this? And this is where I think I got to give up a lot. I'm getting Labanc, who could definitely bring back good value. Talbot, I don't think you'd get too much value for, but we are asking them to retain as well. I think I got to do it, Twitch. I think I got to do it. I think I got to be fair to the system. It's a second and a third. It's a second and a third. Now, maybe I could get back like a 6th round pick from this year, and a 7th rounder for next year, but I think this is a good trade for us, and we're not fleecing the system. So what do you think, Twitch fans? Or Twitch scouts, what do you think? No third? See, the way I see it, boys, the third covers Talbot, the second covers LeBanc. LeBanc would absolutely get an 85 overall player, half retained. They have to still pay $2.3 million. We got to be realistic here. DiPietro is nothing. Anderson is nothing. Kalynuk is nothing. But they're giving us 2 players. I think this is a fair trade right here. Green light, a second and a fourth. No, I got to get rid of the third. Remember, we can replace the third and the second at this year's draft with all the blow up that we're going to go through, right? So the Twitch fans are kind of on the fence about this. We got some greens, we got some reds, but at the end of the day, I am the general manager and I make the final decision, and this is a trade I'm willing to make. Bam, trade accepted. There's not too much to deliberate. I probably could have gotten maybe a higher pick there from San Jose, but no one can accuse GM Superbman of fleecing the system, all right? I think I paid very fair value for those players. All right, so now, Sund, you get your ass down to the AHL. I'm not going to need you. If anyone wants to pick up Sund, go ahead. Have a blast. But there's our 6 defensemen. We have our 12 forwards with Matt Duchene injured. All right, and in the system, Kemmel's down there still. All right, good. So edit NHL lines. So let me show you guys. You got fleeced? I don't think so, because I can replace those second and thirds. And like I said, I truly believe that I got to give this team the chance to win the Stanley Cup. I just do. If they don't win it, they don't win it. So be it. Trennan, you can play, fourth line time, and there you go. Look at that lineup now. Now, I would actually like to show you guys something else. I don't believe in Ryan Johansson, and Max Pacioretty was a free agent acquisition. Let's put together the lineup of the future. Now, this guy, Philip Tomasino, he's a little scoundrel. I'm starting to look at his stats. Offensive awareness, middle column, second from the top. 92 overall? Where the F did that come from? Defensive awareness, 91 overall. Way better than Ryan Johansson at 88 and 87. So let's do it. Tomasino, first line center. Tolvanen, boom. First line right wing. There is the lineup for the next 3, 4, 5 years. It's Forsberg with Tomasino and Tolvanen, all right? Then I can move Johansson to the center, Granny Smith to his right wing, Pacioretty there, so some depth veteran lineup. Then you got the third line, Jeannot, Jenner, and LeBanc, who upgrades that line. And our fourth line is still kind of shit, but at least Trennan is back there now at 82 overall. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Scratch players. If we make the playoffs, and if we get by the first round, Matt Duchene's coming back. So you're upgrading from a 78 into an 87 with this team? That's looking deep. That's looking deep. And we still have the 93 overall stud in Roman Josi. So there's the depth taken care of, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it's good enough to work. I don't know if it will be. Cam Talbot in the nets, bang, as the backup goaltender. And we're going to have to go through all the lines right now to also make sure that our power play and all this is set. So Tomasino, no, we're going to get Tomasino there. Tolvanen, you're going to get in there as well. I'll leave Pacioretty, but no Ryan Johansson. Let me get Tolvanen and Tomasino in on the first line power play, all right? There you go, shoots left. Pacioretty shoots left as well. Forsberg shoots right. Yeah, Tolvanen can go right there in the middle of the ice. I'm fine with that. Roman Josi. And then the four-man power play, the second line power play. Jenner, I'm going to take, Just let me move. Yes, there you go. I'm going to take Boone Jenner off, and I'm going to get Ryan Johansson back in there as the second line center for the power play. All right, those are the only changes we're going to make there. I don't think LeBanc should be on the power play. I don't see him better than anyone else. Four-man power play, Forsberg, Pacioretty, Geeky. No, I'll get Geeky out of there and put... Let's go Forsberg, Tolvanen, and Tomasino. Let's run with these guys, okay? These are going to be our future studs. Let's rely on them now when we need them the most. So Forsberg on that side. Pacioretty, you are off for Tolvanen. There you go. Tolvanen. Tolvanen is on both. The fans in Twitch are saying that I made a mistake. Hang on a second. Tolvanen is there. And Tolvanen is there. So who did I take out? So Boone Jenner. So then LeBanc can go in there. All right. So instead of Boone Jenner, I will go with Kevin LeBanc, who's an 85 overall. There you go. Right-handed shot. Granny Smith. Let me switch Granny Smith on that side with, there you go. Good. And you know what? Ekholm, I was looking at Ekholm's power play stats. Look at it. He's got 1 power play point in the entire year. Let's take him off and give him to Carrier, the offensive defenseman. I don't care if he's worse. Carrier seems to be playing better. Offensive defenseman. Put him in there. All right. So Carrier and LeBanc are getting the chance to play on the second line power play. Four-man power play looks like that. Then you got Tolvanen. I'm going to go with Johansson, Pacioretty. Who should play the other side? Pacioretty. Should it be LeBanc? Pacioretty. Is there someone else I'm forgetting here? Granny Smith, probably. LeBanc. Yeah, it's got to be Granny. It's got to be Granny. You got to go with the crew that got you here. Granny Smith. All right, so Johansson, Granny Smith, Pacioretty, and Carrier. I'll go with Carrier again. Yeah, that works for me. Penalty kill. Now, here's where it gets fun. Boone Jenner, Philip Forsberg, Fabro, Yossi. Not going to touch that. Ekholm, McDonough, Kampf, and Granlund. Now, instead of Kampf, if I go LeBanc, do we lose the +1? We do. What would you guys rather have? LeBanc without the plus or Kampf at 79 with the plus? I think it should be LeBanc. To be honest, I think this is the setup right here. Granny Smith and LeBanc. LeBanc. Yeah, I agree. And then the third line is our shit line. There's no way around this, but Lyubushkin and Carrier are back there. Jeannot and Trenin. Yeah, that looks good. And then we don't have to use Kampf on the penalty kill anymore. So I really like that. Three-man penalty kill. Granny Smith. Yeah, that looks good. Jenner. Yeah, that looks good. And Trenin, that looks good. Yeah, remember, LeBanc is a winger, not a center. 4-on-4 lines. Forsberg and Janssen, sure. Pacioretty and Granny Smith, Tolvanen and Tomasino. Yeah, I'm fine with that. UC Saros and Cam Talbot. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So we have made the trades. Now, there's one last thing that I would like to bring your attention to. I am going to go to settings. And I am going to turn off auto rotate goalies. I saw a genius comment on the YouTube saying that you need to make sure that Saros plays all the right games. Playing in your division is absolutely massive. Save the game? All right, I'll save the game. Good call, boys. Good call. Save the game, but I'll create a new file just in case. Create a new file. There you go. Okay. So, let's figure out the schedule for our goaltender. All right, so I want Saros playing every divisional game. How many games left do we have first? I don't have to count them all. We've played 60 games. We have 22 games left. So we are in the Central Division. That's Pacific. That's East. One Central. East. 2 Central. 3 Central. 4 Central. 5 Central. Are you in the Pacific? Yeah, you're in the Pacific. 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 divisional games. Saros has to play all of those. So how do we find games for Talbot here, boys? 8? I have 8. The Hawks? Oh, I missed the Hawks. I missed the Hawks? Oh, I'm sorry. 8. Sorry, I didn't see the Hawks. You're right. Thank you for correcting me. So we have 8 games out of 22 that we know Saros wants to start. Now we got to get Cam Talbot some games in here. So we got 1 back-to-back right here, 2 back-to-back, 3 back-to-back, 4 back-to-back, and then Anaheim and Vancouver, 5 back-to-back. So out of the final 22 games, would you guys be all right with Saros playing, 17, and Talbot playing 5? 6 back-to-back? Well, you see 6? Where's the 6th? Wait a minute, I'm missing? 6 Oilers. Oh, the last game of the season. There's 6 back-to-back. Okay. Well, I might want to play him there. So, how about 16 games for Saros? 16 games for Saros and 6 games for Martin Jones. That sound good? And I can play Saros against Dallas. Doesn't matter who I play there. Play him against Winnipeg. Play him against, doesn't matter there. And then play him against Dallas. Yeah? Did I say Martin Jones? Cam Talbot. Sorry, boys. Sorry. Cam Talbot. Right. Okay. So, well, we might as well get to the trade deadline, but we might get a game to simulate right there. So I want Saros, Talbot, Saros, Talbot. Give Saros 2 days off. Talbot, Saros, Talbot, Saros, Talbot, Talbot, Saros, maybe Talbot, and then Saros again. Okay. That's what we're going to do. I got it figured out. So the first game is up against the LA Kings, and it's going to be Saros in the net. So I got to make sure now. Because the auto-rotate goalies are off. I got to make sure. All right, so I'm doing everything I can to get these guys in the playoffs. All right, so UC, I need you to play fucking out of your mind. Oh, I shouldn't be swearing. Sorry, boys. All right, so I've done my trades already, but we are going to jump into the trade deadline just to have some fun. I'm going to keep the current trade block, and we'll see what unfolds. All right, enter trade deadline. Now, we'll also see if there's any potential trades that I could make. Patrick Kane is available. 1 year at $7.7 million. I mean, what do? Do we upgrade from Pacioretty with 2 firsts to get Patrick Kane? I could definitely make that work, but man, that's way too much. Devin Taves looks like a great guy, but I'd have to move on from Ekholm or McDonough, and then I lose that asset to trade for draft picks, you know. Bobrovsky's in there as well. That's an interesting one. I don't know if any team's going to take on that contract. Kopitar, 1 year left, making $10 million. We have a trade. We have a trade, ladies and gentlemen. The New Jersey Devils trade his 2nd, Reitz, and a 5th to Detroit in exchange for Graves, a 3rd, and Oli Mata. All right, some depth moving around the NHL as of right now. Okay, Seth Jones is in there as well. Chicago just looking to blow up everyone. If you remember, Chicago had those 2 great draft picks last year in the NHL entry draft, so they are completely going through a rebuild. Tony DeAngelo, an upgrade from, what's-his-face, Carrier. If we were to trade Carrier in a 1st, the Tampa Bay Lightning trade a 3rd, a 5th, Hayden Fleury, and Peddle to Washington in exchange for a 3rd, a 4th, and Dowd. Just some depth going around in there. D'Angelo ain't it. Yeah. Ryan Ellis. Ooh, 4 years left, though. What am I going to do? Bring him in just to trade him away? I can't do that, although he is a Nashville legend. Joe Pavelski, that would be good for just a nice little X factor. 86 overall. Maybe I should have went for him instead of, what's his name, Kevin LeBanc. He is on the Seattle Kraken, and I could have got him with Lyubushkin. New York Rangers trade Othman, a 6th, and Ratzlaff to Minnesota in exchange for Patton and a 3rd. Yeah, not much going on there. So, YouTube, I don't want to bore you guys. I'm going to sit here with the trade deadline with the Twitch fans. I will use power of video editing. I don't see myself making any trades. We got ahead of the curve, and we made our trades already. We just need some good luck with the simulation. But if anything major happens, I will bring it back and give you guys the real reaction. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do power of video editing, the Minnesota Wild trade a 2nd and a 2nd and Higgins to the Kraken in exchange for Wenberg and Brassard and a 3rd. Okay. So power of video editing. We will be back around 11:50 p.m. at the trade deadline. The Chicago Blackhawks trade Matthew Dumba to Washington in exchange for TJ Oshie and a 3rd. What? Why would the Chicago Blackhawks want an older TJ just for the 3rd? Just for the 3rd rounder? All right, well, there you go. I thought Chicago was going through a rebuild. They're getting rid of Patrick Kane, Matthew Dumba, Seth Jones, but we'll take on TJ Oshie. All right. Trade alerts. The Colorado Avalanche trade Devin Taves to the Columbus Blue Jackets in exchange for Jiricek. Oh, a top prospect. There goes the defenseman. The Colorado Avalanche get another young defenseman for the future, and they unload Devin Taves to the Columbus Blue Jackets. That's huge. So let's take a look at these Columbus Blue Jackets right now. Hang on a second. The defenseman. They got Werenski. They got Bachfist, and for 1 year, they got a team. They're loading up for that playoff run. Look at those 3 defensemen that Columbus has. That's very nice. And then what did Joe Sakic pull off here? So he's got Makar, he's got Byram. Let's sort by trade value here. There's Jiricek, medium elite, 20. You bastard, Joe Sakic. Gives up on the year and gets another player who's like 10 years younger, who looks like he's going to be something special in this league. All right, so we have 10 minutes left. Another trade from Chicago coming in at the last moment. A 3rd, Bonino and Blackwell to the Senators in exchange for a 2nd and Johansson. So for everyone on YouTube, this was essentially the entire trade deadline. Just a bunch of depth draft picks. Like Kane is still there, Bobrovsky. The biggest trade was Devin Taves from the Columbus Blue Jackets, or going to the Columbus Blue Jackets from the Colorado Avalanche. Jiricek going back to Colorado. Man, what a great trade it is for both teams. And also Corey Perry going to Columbus. So the trade deadline is over, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and also Matthew Dumba, right, the Capitals. Yes, the Capitals had a big trade. So we'll go through them quickly. I won't take too long here. You know what? You guys can read it as well. I'll point it out if I see some big names in here. But there you go. Othman. Which were the big ones? Wenberg, the Minnesota Wild. That's kind of big. Dallas Stars. The Vegas Golden Knights. Washington acquired a 2nd. Yeah, there you go. Washington acquires Matt Dumba from Chicago. Chicago acquires TJ Oshie in a third. So I don't agree with that trade from Chicago's perspective, but a great trade from Washington. Their blue line was weak, and they have a bunch of forwards, so they just evened out their team a little bit. And then there it is, Columbus Blue Jackets trade for Devin Taves, and they give up a top 6 pick, Jiricek. So Colorado, not a great year for the defending Stanley Cup champions, but they get themselves a nice blue liner of the future. Gavrikov going to Buffalo, Max Domi going back to Arizona, Corey Perry going to Columbus. He's an 84 overall grinder. The Columbus Blue Jackets are setting up for a deep run, and then just a bunch of depth in there, all right? So there's the trade deadline, ladies and gentlemen. To Colorado, yeah, that's the big trade right there. That's the blockbuster trade. Hey, he's being put on waivers. Should I bring him back? No, I can't do it. Decline. I have no room. Sorry, bud. All right, so now I had one more thing suggested to me since we turned off the auto-rotate goalies. I should make sure that our backup goalie in the AHL, Askarov, actually gets starting time. I don't want him to sit for the rest of the season, so I might as well get him some games played. I agree with that. Here it is. Nashville, this is it. All right, the 2-year window that I've been talking about all the time over the last 2 years. It's all about this final 22-game stretch. We have to beat the teams in our division. We want to beat teams in the Pacific as well. The Eastern Conference we can lose, but I want to finish more than 5 games above 500 with the regulation losses, all right? So let me just double check that Saros is in the nets. We got to get to work, all right? With our new team, what can we do? And hopefully the injury bug stays away from us. I'm hoping that Matt Duchene injury was all that we have to deal with. So let's take it up to the end of the season and see what we got. First game, I'm going step by step. And if we get to like a deciding game in the final 3 or something, maybe I'll jump in real-time simulation. Alrighty, Saros up against the LA Kings. Where are the Kings here? I don't really care about I don't really care. We just, obviously I want to win, but not a divisional opponent. Up against LA. It's going to happen. That's a shootout win. Don't care about the point that goes to LA. That's a big win. Next up, the Anaheim Ducks, top of the Pacific Division. If you're going to lose to a team, lose to them. That's fine. All right, I still want the wins, but I will take a loss against them. Saros is going to still play. Yes, Saros against Anaheim. That's a 3-2 regulation loss. No points there. That one hurts. Now, back-to-back, New Jersey and Dallas. I want Saros playing our divisional opponent, the Dallas Stars, which means that we're going to go with Talbot against the New Jersey Devils. Now, this is what I traded for. All right, DiPietro, you weren't getting it done. Backup goalie. You're only going to get 6 starts on our team this year, Talbot. All right, if you can win 4 of those 6, that you'd be doing us such a gigantic favor. We'll see if this trade was meaningless or if it had some weight to it. Up against the New Jersey Devils. Let's simulate up to this day. I'm sorry, OCD kicking in. I should have simulated up to the day and then made the change. I feel like now I simulated a day isn't going to fuck with it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be swearing either. Talbot is still in there. Come on, Talbot. You can do this, my man. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Let's go. Come on, Dallas. I mean, not Dallas. Come on, fuck Talbot. Here we go. Up against the New Jersey Devils. And Talbot logs the 3-1 victory. Way to go, Talbot. Way to go. Backup goaltender delivers a huge win right there. That is massive. That is massive. Now, I'm not going to run with Talbot because he gets a few wins. Saros is the better goaltender, and he's our guy. I'm going with our team. Okay? I'm going with our team. Big game against the Dallas Stars. They are at the top of our division. They have 2 games in hand. We're only down by 3 points. Massive game against the Stars. UC Saros. Come on, baby. Oh! Oh! And all of a sudden, the Nashville Predators are collecting some steam, baby. We're building up that momentum towards the end of the year. Dustin Tokarski, I don't have any time for this shit. All right, the Pittsburgh Penguins, really good team in the Eastern Conference. We just got to hope for the best, all right? If we lose, we lose. We lose. All right, we lost. I'd rather get the wins against teams like Dallas and get whooped by Eastern Conference teams, so be it. Washington with Matthew Dumba. I'm going to simulate that game as well. Let's see what we got. That's okay. Come on, baby. Columbus and Carolina. Okay, so here's my thought process. Let Saros play the first game so that he's got 2 nights off before the divisional game. All right, and he just came off the win right there. Let him go again. All right, up against the Columbus Blue Jackets, I'm going to run with Saros. Up against the Jackets. What do we got? I don't care about the scouting right now. Come on. A 2-1 loss. Oh, man. We're keeping the puck out of the net, except for that one Pittsburgh game. That sucks. Just couldn't get the overtime. Couldn't get that 1 point. All right, don't worry about it, Saros. Don't worry about it, my man. Going to edit lines. Bringing Talbot back in. Bringing Talbot back in there. Come on, buddy. You can do this. I believe in this team. They can get it done. Talbot, my ace in the hole right here, up against the Carolina Hurricanes. I know I can simulate from that screen, but I don't know why. I feel like this screen gives me better results. All right, up against the Carolina Hurricanes, Cam Talbot in the net. What can he do? He didn't even have a bad game. Our offense is shriveled up here. Yeah, because we only got one goal. Oh, my God. Look at this. We got shut out. 1 goal in regulation. 1 goal in regulation. 1 goal on regulation. You got to think we're going to bounce back with a big goal-scoring game against the St. Louis Blues, right? We have to. Offense, I need you. This is what we're missing with Matt Duchene. Saros, I need you. I need a 1-0 victory. If we're only going to score 1 goal, I need something out of you guys. At least we're losing to the right teams, but this is a one where we need to win now. This is absolutely one where we need to win. So we are still in third. Hey, look at that, though. We've kind of built up a little bit of a gap from us to the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets are 6 points behind us. That's like 3 games. We're in a divisional playoff spot. Come on. Up against the St. Louis Blues. We could take second. They're 2 games in hand as well. Saros, you got this, buddy. You got this, buddy. They score goals. Okay. Man, we're winning the right games. We are absolutely winning the right games. That's huge. That is massive. Next up, the Jets, who have been suffering, it looks like. They are falling out of contention. We are top of our division, ladies and gentlemen. We are the top of our division with 75 points. Now, the Jets, they are still 6 points behind us. Put them 8 points behind us right now, Saros. Right now, buddy. Just bury them. Wow, yeah! We were winning every divisional game. Let's go, Saros. Back to Talbot. Back to Talbot. Let's go. Back to Talbot against his former team. We're going to make the playoffs. We're going to make the playoffs, Matt Duchene, and you can make it back, buddy. GM Superbman did what he needed to do to get these Nashville Predators one more chance at winning the Stanley Cup. All right, come on, Talbot. Come on, Talbot. Against your former team. This is perfect. He can face off against the team that traded him. Okay, that's the AHL. We're okay. That's the AHL. I'm just going to replace the player. And Talbot, 2-1 in 3 games. We're going to make the playoffs this year, boys. We're going to do it. We're going to freaking do it. I don't know what it is. The trades seem to work out for us. Maybe Ekholm on the 3rd line. I don't know. Maybe LeBanc in there is helping our sim. The sim is working, man. Yeah, that backup goalie meant a big difference for us. All right, so Saros is in there now for a few games. He's going to go up against Vegas. He's going to go up against Minnesota, and he's going to go up against Winnipeg. Give me possible 6 points on the table. Give me 4 points, and I'm happy. I'm very happy with 4 points. We don't even need to beat Winnipeg anymore. We're way ahead of them, right? I just need points now. 4 out of the possible 6. Up against the Vegas Golden Knights. That's a point. That's a point. That's a point. I'll take it. I'll take it. Up against the Minnesota Wild. They ain't catching us. The Wild ain't catching us. They are, yeah, they're 12 points behind us. So I want to win, obviously, but don't really care. Okay, that's a regulation loss, and now I need Saros for the game up against the Jets. What have the Jets been doing? They're still, they're still down there. The Jets are still 7 points behind us with only 8 games remaining. I mean, it's starting to get tight for them. We could destroy them right here. This could be the playoffs on the table right now for UC Saros. Come on, Saros. Come on, boys. Get it done. That's a shootout win. They get a point, but we get 2. That is massive. Back to Talbot against the Seattle Kraken. Huge, man. Huge. We're winning all these divisional games. It's massive. It's going so right for me. Thank God the simulation finally is giving me something here. Now, if it only works in the playoffs as well, I'd be very happy. Calendar. All right. Talbot's in there. Talbot is in there up against the Seattle Kraken. Damn, the Kraken have been winning some games as well. Look at that. All right, Talbot, you're 2-1 since I brought you in. 3-1 for Talbot. GM Superbman is a genius. I just got to say it. I'm going to give myself all the compliments in the world. No one else saw that fucking backup goalie trade, and that has been the difference right now. 3-1 for Talbot since acquiring him. In 4 games, Talbot has been able to win more than DiPietro had in 60. Well, he only played like 11 games, but you know what I mean. He only went 2-7. Good job, Talbot. Good job, my man. Did I even put Saros in there? I did. I'm getting nervous. I'm sorry. I want to make sure I don't lose. I'm doing all the micromanaging I possibly can to get us in. 39, 30, and 6. We're pulling away. Oh, hell yeah. Stay at the top of our division. That'd be great. All right, so Saros in there for... Yeah, I'll play him against the next 2 games, Anaheim and Ottawa. We'll get Talbot back in there against Vancouver. Cale Fleury. Yeah, I'll just go... No. I got to do that myself. Hang on. I don't want to go best lines because then Askarov is not playing. Olsen, 21, top 6. Who did I take out? It's McEwen. Yeah, he's definitely not playing on the first line. It was Fleury. There it is. Good job, Fleury. Oh! Did that thing again. No. Shootout victory for Saros. Way to go, my man. We're getting closer. I think we're in the playoffs now. 86 points we are, and a game in hand. We have 8-point lead over the Jets, and they only have like 6 games, 5 games remaining. I think we're in. Up against the Anaheim Ducks now. Saros, good luck, my man. Good luck, buddy. 4-3 loss. We will get Talbot back in there for his second last game of the season. Might even be his last if I really need to run Saros even through the doubleheader. But there you go. Come on. You guys can do it. I believe in you. Up against the Vancouver Canucks, Talbot 3-1, 4-1. Talbot, you beautiful fucking bastard. Thank you, Talbot. Thank you so much, my man. Talbot is an absolute beast. I love him. I absolutely love him. Oh, he did so good. And it's official. Your Nashville Predators have clinched a playoff spot with 4 games remaining. What a run they've been on here since the trade deadline. GM Superbman made some absolute beauty acquisitions, and it's paying off. They have been the best team in the Central Division. Yeah, Twitch fans. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Backup goalie was the difference maker. Yes, I clinched with 88 points. Our division is so shit, but I don't care. I love it. Oh, did I put Saros back in there? I think I did. I always forget. I'm sorry. I'm so off my game right now. Goalie, Saros. Yes, so we're in. All right, well, I want to try to win the division now. Yeah, so I can get the easiest team in round number 1. So the St. Louis Blues, the defending Stanley Cup champion Blues. Yeah, I want to avoid them. Beat them. Come on, Nashville. Beat them with Saros. Beat them. 2-1 loss. Up against Chicago. 4-1 win. Yeah, I think 2 games left. We're 4. If we can just get 2 more points, we're going to be at the top of our division. Up against the Edmonton Oilers, Saros again. That's 1 point. Yeah, we're top of our division. We'll tie, but I'm going to go with Talbot. Talbot deserves the last game of the season. All right, we're in the playoffs. Let's also protect Saros. Talbot deserves it. All right, he earned his right to get 1 more start this year. Talbot, you beautiful bastard. And so Saros doesn't get hurt. Yeah, I agree. Last game of the season, I will do it right here. Talbot in the net for the Nashville Predators, and it's against the Dallas Stars. And the injury bug hits the Nashville Predators once again. Matthias Ekholm has been injured with a sprained ankle. And we lost Kalynuk, which means we're going to have to bring up some 77 overall defenseman. Good thing he is on the fuck. All right, just replace him for right now. Just replace. A forward's going to play D for right, and a 6-3 loss. So be it. We're in. Did I get the top of the division? We tied, but we got. What's the tiebreaker? We tied the Stars, but we are at the top of the division. We won the Central in year 2. Let's go, boys. Let us go. All right. We made it through 82, 81 games, 81. There's still 1 more game to be played, it looks like. So let's advance 1 more day. 82, 82, 82, 82. Save! Save the game now. Save the game now. Create new files. Saving it. Whew, I was worried, but we are officially in the playoffs. All right, so we're not going to get any draft lottery happening today, boys. We're going to get a Nashville Predators GM mode with the playoffs. Oh, my God. All right, so let's take a look at everything. Where did we finish? All this good stuff. I'm actually really interested in where we finished in the entire NHL. All right, so if I sort by points here, the Toronto Maple Leafs at the top, 113. Where were we? Nash 16th. All right, we're right there, half. A lot of teams with 91 points, man. 92. Geez, we're halfway down the list. Nashville, Dallas, and St. Louis. All of our division. Philly, Buffalo, Seattle didn't make it in. Washington, 41, 31, and 10 with 92 points. Didn't make it in. Brutal. My division was ass. Whatever, man. We're in. I don't care. We are in Central Division. So out of our division, this is the way I can brag. Goals for per game, Colorado. They just allowed everything this season. That's crazy. Nashville Predators. Goals against per game. Nashville, we can keep the puck out of the net. I like that stat for the playoffs. Power play percentage. Yikes. That power play is garbage. I'm basically... Got to fix that. Penalty kill percentage, second in the division, looks really good. And our last 10, 5-4-1. Away record, home record, shorthanded goals for. Great job, boys. Great. I'm so happy. I'm so happy we made it in. Oh, thank God. I look like a genius now after those trades. Yo, YouTube, I want some compliment comments, all right? I pulled it together as the general manager. I got this shit working. Philip Forsberg had a great year, 64 points, 82 games played. And going forward, Tomasino and Tolvanen, that's going to be the first line. Pacioretty, hey, 28 goals, all right? So I knew Pacioretty would be an upgrade from Nino. Same point totals, but more goals, so that's nice. Tolvanen, yep, Tomasino, yep, 50 points, 49 points. Don't worry, boys. LeBanc, what did LeBanc do for us ever since getting here? 15 points in 22 games played. All even strength, essentially. That's nice. Plus, that's nice. Our third line is looking even better, man. That is beautiful. Holy shit, Kevin LeBanc played 86 games this year. What a beast. Ryan Johansson, garbage. Maybe trading you. Granny Smith, yeah, Duchesne, 42 and 58 games played. I mean, he was having a good season. Boone Jenner, 22 goals on that third line. Trennan, Camp, Geeky, yep. Defenseman, Roman Josi, good season. Carrier, second, yeah, man. I wonder if that move, look at Ekholm. His plus minus got better once I moved him down to the third line. And Carrier kept on growing with McDonough. So I think that trade as well, moving Ekholm down to the third and moving these guys up. What did Lyubushkin do for us? Lyubushkin, 5 points, plus 9. Like, Lyubushkin and Ekholm were fucking working. I got Ekholm to work somehow. Okay. That'll do, even though Ekholm's freaking injured. Goaltenders, UC Saros. There you go, UC. That's more like it. He came back. A 9-11 save percentage with the goals against of 271, 36, 25, and 6. Same kind of record as last year, but the save percentage was there as well. But man, Talbot, you are my man. Thank you. That might be one of GM Superbman's greatest trades of all time. Forget the value. I'm talking about the production. I got a backup goalie who in 8 games played for me went 4-2-1 with a 930 save percentage and a 189 goals against, and I needed him to come through. You know, like DiPietro might have gone like 1-5-2 or something like, you know, like, oh, jeez. Oh, thank God. That might have been my greatest trade ever. And I have a goaltender that I can go to in the playoffs if we need to just shake things up. Cam Talbot seems to be playing great this year. Good. All right, so let's take a look around the NHL. See what we got going on in the entire league. All right, not goalies, forwards. We'll do all skaters. There you go. Connor McDavid with a 100-point season. You like to see that. Leon Draisaitl as well, 108 points. My God, I killed it. Nylander, Matthews. What about the total goals? Kane. I can't believe no one tried to trade for Kane. McDavid, Rantanen, Ovechkin, Kucherov, Pasternak, Matthews. Yep. Assists. It's got to be Draisaitl, 75 assists. Just setting up McDavid. Nylander, Bergeron, Hedman, Makar. Yep. Defenseman. Most points for defenseman. The Edmonton Oilers were scoring goals this year. Victor Hedman, McAvoy, Carlson, Makar, Fox. And then goaltender situation. Ilya Samsonov, 46, 17, and 2. Holy shit. What about the best save percentage here? Anybody in the 920s? 919. John Gibson, 919. 917 for Jacob Markstrom. Oh, yeah, the Calgary Flames are looking really good. So that Flames first-round pick. So both my first-round picks are both not lottery picks. I'm fine with that, though. I held on to them. They'll be in the top 20. I'm perfectly fine with that. And then rookie skaters, the entire league. Connor Bedard. However you pronounce his name. Renz, the player from Chicago, right? Beniers from Seattle. Ooh, yeah, the future looks bright here. But Connor Bedard, look at this. How good is he? How good did he get to? 84 overall, medium franchise. So he went from a 79 when he got drafted up to 84 in 1 year. Oh, God. This guy's going to be so damn good. He just is. He's going to be so damn good. Rookie goalies, nothing really in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. We have made the playoffs. Last but not least, let's just take a quick look at the progress reports. See what kind of growth we've had so far. So on our team, Tolvanen grew by 14. Yeah, natural growth. That's good to see. LeBanc, Saros. Is Saros growing? Oh, Saros is dropping off. Statistical growth. Okay. Roman Josi. Tomasino, you growing? Tomasino, a little bit of growth in there. Yeah, no, the rest of our players are all NHL. What about the AHL in the system? Bales. Holy shit. Holy shit. Wasn't this the guy who's like 40 overall? In 1 year, he jumped up to 60. Look at that. Look at that. Israel. Look at that growth. Damn, we selected a hard worker down here. That's massive. When did we draft him? It doesn't even show it in this spot. Bales, nice job. Burke as well, 24. Hickey, the guy with the thunderclap gold, 20. They grew. They absolutely grew. Kemmel, he went up by 17. So everyone's saying that we should have played Kemmel. I think it was the right idea playing him down there in the AHL. He grew. Like, he didn't stunt his growth at all. That was the right thing to do. He'll absolutely be ready to play next year. Evangelista. Hey, Prokop. Yarventi, 11. He went up by 11. So the fact that we left Emil Yarventi in his Finnish Elite League, or Finnish Liga, there you go, he did grow, but he'll be ready for the AHL next time around. What about Askarov? 4. Yikes. Not getting much growth out of Askarov here, boys. But I did get him 37 games played. 9-0. Whatever. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Things are looking good. And in round number 1 of year number 2, your Nashville Predators are up against... Yes! Ekholm is not missing any time. I can get him right back in there. Beautiful. We are up against... Oh, no. It's McJesus. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, the top point producers in the NHL this year. All right, YouTube. So I pulled it off. We got there. We're back in the playoffs. We're not gonna have what's his name, Duchesne. What's the injury report? Maybe it went down. Let's see. Returning May 19th from the broken leg. So where is May 19th? Let me just bring up the calendar. May 19th. Hang on. So we are in April. First round. Second round. And the second round could... It might be third round, to be honest. He might be gone to the conference. Oh, man. We're not gonna have Duchesne. Just forget about Duchesne. All right, but we do have Ekholm. So YouTube, I want to hear everything, every strategy, every possibility, every lineup combination. I want to hear what you guys have to say, because this is the last chance for these guys. It really is. It's cup or bust. And even if we win the cup, we're still blowing it all up at this year's draft deadline and in free agency. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the year 2 playoffs.